last 2 years, those people are being trained by our trainer of trainers, not learning focused trainers. So that helps us also. And so like I said, what you see with the schedule that Mr. Matthews referred to is finishing a contract. It's already been paid for. I'll repeat that 2 or 3 times, I guess.
No, I was just, the only thing that I have is finding 27.
Correct.
That, I'm sure that may be Paul.
We are very conscious of that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Trainers or staff, our
Yeah,
staff?
our staff. And they're going to be working on Saturdays, and that's scheduled, I think, on your sheet that I gave you.
Central office.
And trainers are by teachers
Okay, so.
who are kind of people who have exemplary,
It's kind of a mentor teacher in that school.
yeah, and are good.
Right.
Teachers at Learning Focus and know it and can train other people. So we trust them enough to train our new hires.
So that was us.
Lots. And sometimes it's well receptive when you have your own.
That's exactly right.
So is the county's obligations or connection with Learning Focused coming to an end? Is it going to be self-maintained?
Except for updates.
Okay.
We will have if I may add this, Learning Focus has some contracts. One would be like, there's 2 brain research labs. They have kind of a contract with one, so all the new research coming out yearly, they update. We have our trainers going back to get updated on the latest research, like brain research and other things, to help us always keep on the cutting edge of that, so we become better and better. And again, not get behind to where we're not on the latest knowledge and research. But that's our choice, that's not an obligation.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, does anyone else have any more questions? Okay. B, the following adult students to ride the school bus. You've seen the list of those adult students. C, an agreement with Jerry Purley to provide staff development, student training, and follow-up services at Guyan Valley Middle School during the 2010-2011 school year. And that will be paid by the Safe and Drug-Free School Grant. And I believe that is an attachment. Has everyone had a chance to look at that? Any questions? D, to approve Dana Smith as volunteer tennis coach at Duval Middle for the 2010-2011 school year. E, the following Marshall University student nurses to perform observation and work with school nurses in the first semester. Any questions? F, an agreement with the Lincoln County Family Resources Network Incorporated to provide services under the Starting Points Center grant for the 2010-2011 school year, and that is also an attachment. Has everyone had a chance to look at that? Okay. G, additional employment days for the following service personnel during the month of August 2010. Salaries paid by the county. I believe we have a list. Everyone has had a chance to look at that. Does anyone have any questions?
I'd just like to, I think you clarified this before, but we ascertain they need these additional days by their supervisors? Is
Yes.
that a supervisor's request?
Yes, yes, and because of Jeremy Brunting became, the person, and he needed some help because Kevin had left and the secretary had left, and that kind of left him out there on the job for the first time without any support. So we brought her back to help him get started. But yes.
Okay. Any more questions? Maintenance contract renewals for 2010-2011 school year. There's a host of basically contract renewals.
And these are normal.
These are normal.
Right,
That's
not
what
at
I
all.
was under the impression that. And does anyone have any questions regarding that? ahead.
I do. I guess I don't understand the terminology under transportation contracts. It says the markup is computed on the base cost per gallon only. What does that mean, that there's a percentage of markup on everything?
Increasing cost. Once we get the, this is a yearly contract, and so once you set that out, you're locked in. And so they're comparing, I think this is done so the board can see a comparison of an increase in the cost. If not, I'll get further explanation.
I was under the impression it was from the previous year.
Correct.
Okay.
So oil and lubricants, a 9% increase?
Correct.
Okay.
That's my interpretation, but I'll check, and if I'm incorrect, I will email you all.
Okay, thanks.
I, transportation contracts for the 2010-2011 school year funded by county transportation funds. And I believe these are just basically a renewal.
Correct.
Of what has happened last year.
Correct.
All right, J, a revised policy for 30-day public review and comment. And that is the acceptable use policy, technology and internet.
It's my understanding from Mr. Daly, compared with last year, there's just a little bit more details because of the rampant expansion of technology and what one can do, and they're just getting more details so it covers more.
Cover the
But not
bases.
as many loopholes.
Right.
That was kind of the way he explained
Descriptions of all the
Yeah.
different
Very-
devices and
very-
everything, services.
it. That's why it's different for details.
And I'm sure that'll expand.
Yes, yes, it will.
Okay, any questions, comments? K, the submission of a major improvement project request to the West Virginia School Building Authority due October the 1st, 2010, as follows. Hamlin Elementary window replacement, including asbestos abatement and disposal of windows. The funding will come from Lincoln County Capital Improvement Funds, the SBA MIP, for a total of $170,000. Do you want to elaborate on that, Mr. Roach?
Other than that's, Mr. Dana Smith, looking at the schools in general, thinks that's the greatest need at this time. Of course, we do have other needs, but that's the one that is the most important, he thinks. And so I rely on him for that information. That's about all I can say.
I agree with him, Mr. President.
I concur. All right. Any comments? Everything good? All right. L, a revised salary schedule, number 17, effective immediately, that includes an increase in county supplement for the secondary principal. See the attachment. Has everyone had a chance to look at this attachment?
Yes.
What's the increase?
I think if you might allow me.
Yes, absolutely.
I know that, do you have a copy of this?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look, everything is basically going to stay the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where it says secondary principal, I think the secondary principal, it says $11,292. That's actually an increase of about $4,000. Seven,
It
excuse
was
me.
four.
Was 4, it's now 7. So this is a schedule to actually just increase the pay of the principal for, I believe, LCHS. That is the only change.